going to cover here is our shoulder blade cars. We've done our shoulder cars. Now we're going to try to isolate your shoulder blade as best we can. And that shoulder blade, if you're not already familiar with, is this guy, this big plate of bone that slides up and down on your rib cage, protracts, retracts, elevates, depresses, upwardly rotates, and downward. Those are all the things that your scap can do. A lot of people don't have access to those things, so what we're trying to do is teach you how to control them. You've probably done this in a plank, you might have even done this in physical therapy. What we want to try to do is limit the amount of help that your AC joint, that your shoulder, is actually doing for you, as well as limit the amount of rib cage. So our shoulder blade cars are going to look like this. We're pinning our hands to the side. We're spinning our elbow pits, these guys, out to face the mirror in front of you. From here, we're going to elevate. You're going to shrug, asking questions, right? From here, you're going to pull back as far as you can, driving down, and then push forward as far as possible before you pull back up again. So from the side, it looks like this. So we're elevate, retract, depress, and protract. Boom. And then you're going to reverse. What we want to try to avoid is hands going into the front pockets when you go through here, and hands going into the back pockets, as well as this, right? This is spine, this is rib cage, that's not shoulder blade. We want to make sure that you're controlling this. So if you want to create more tension in this, we're going to go back to that same stance. Quads, glutes, trap a little bit of air in that core. What I mean is, again, take a breath, and then hold some of it in, like someone's going to punch you in the stomach, right? It's just enough so that you get feedback if something is trying to help you, and make sure you're trying to isolate that shoulder blade as much as you can. So from here, we're going to radiate some tension. We're pinching our hands to the sides. And again, it's the biggest range of motion you can control. Not the biggest range of motion the person next to you or I can control. Notice, it's not that big of a range of motion right now. Little by little, as you get better at these cars, it might get bigger. Or we might notice that we have to do some work to expand that range of motion. All of that takes time, but you can't do it if you're not aware of where your shoulder blades move. You're going to do one at a time, two at a time, whatever helps you to control it best. From here, I would recommend using one at a time. I'm going to show you from the back here. So your shoulder blades are right here. Right? When you do this, we're going to use my right shoulder blade. Your goal is to move that shoulder blade, and only that shoulder blade, as hard as it is, to do that big circle. Right? So notice I'm not doing this. I'm not extending, I'm not flexing, it's just